Hi, I'm Ron, and I have an ostomy. I've had one for about 4 years. And one day I was going through YouTube and I noticed there weren't really any videos about how other folks take care of their ostomies. And I was thinking I could really have used one that first year when I was learning the ropes, so to speak. So anyway, here's some tips which I hope are helpful. This is the wafer that I use. This goes immediately around the skin. And the kind that I like is the convex. You can see it has a little bit of depth to it. And then this is the day bag. And the way that it works is the wafer just goes onto the day bag like this, clicks on just like Tupperware. And then it has a little fastener here and it locks into place and then it won't come off. These are really cool. They're called mini caps. And I use them when I go running so I don't have a bag swishing around. They're also handy if you're still sexually active. You can use these and it just gives you the convenience of not having a bag. This is a box I use to travel. This is the gentle tape. This is the tape I put around the wafer after I've changed it. It just keeps it in place. This is the Cavalon spray. They also make this in a wipe, but I much prefer the spray. This is the stoma adhesive. I put that on. I'll go into that later as far as how I use that. This is the nystatin powder. This is an antifungal. I found this very helpful, but be sure to check with your doctor. I've heard other people say that if you use this too much, it'll become less effective. I've been using it for 4 years and I haven't had any problems, and I also haven't had any infections. When I'm finally ready to take my wafer off, I get all my stuff together. I have my towels, my tampons, and my nystatin powder. The belt in combination with the tape, I really don't have that many problems with the wafer falling off. You can see in the part that I didn't use the tape, just as an example, where the wafer starts to peel off, and that's one of the problems. But that's where this tape comes in handy. I use Nexcare gentle tape, but anything that's gentle will work, I guess. So we're ready to take it off. I take off the belt. On this, I unsnap the lock. I get a towel ready. And I start, well, I really should take off the tape, I guess. And now I'm going to start taking off the wafer. And I do it very gently. I put my finger or a finger right below and then pull on the other side. I don't rip it off because you'll rip the skin off, and that's one thing. You learn to be very, very conscious of what you do to that skin around the stoma. There we are. And that's it. Now before I go take a shower, this is my favorite part in the process. I like to let it breathe for a little while. And all I do is I get out the tampons and I use this to absorb most of the fluid. And I'll sprinkle a little nystatin powder around it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. This is the part where the ostomy nurses might gasp. But like I said, I've been using this for 4 years and I've never built up a resistance to it, and it works really, really well for me. And then I might sit here for like 10 minutes. I know it's hard for anyone to understand, but to just relish in the fact that you don't have the wafer on, I think only another ostomy patient would appreciate that. And when I'm done with this, next I'll take the shower. Okay, I've just gotten out of the shower. I've walked around for about 15 minutes. I stay in a vertical position because once you get in a horizontal position, it's pretty much a race against time. I put on my nystatin powder and work it in. I was actually pretty lucky because when I went into surgery, I was told I would get a colostomy on one side and a urostomy on the other. The surgery was supposed to last about 8 hours. They woke me up after about 4, and I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And it turns out I didn't have to have the colostomy, just the urostomy. So ever since then, I've been kind of grateful for, it's like, cool, I just have a urostomy. Next, the stoma adhesive. I work that in. I really don't mind having an ostomy. It gets a bit of a pain sometimes, but it has its advantages too. I can sleep through the night. I don't have to get up and go to the bathroom. It's only slightly embarrassing going into Walmart and getting the tampons, except it's kind of weird when you buy like 5 boxes at a time. And the last thing is the Cavalon spray. 3M makes it. I like it a lot. They also have the wipes, but I don't like the wipes that much. The wipes are kind of hard to deal with. This one sprays on right away. And now we just wait. I have the wafer. I've already taken off the plastic thing, and it's just waiting here for when the Cavalon dries. It takes a couple minutes. Okay, now I get ready with my thing. And 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to give it a chance to seal. If it doesn't seal, you know, once the seal comes off, I'm sure you know this by now, you're pretty much screwed. I'll just do this for a minute or so. I'm going to put the tape around it. You don't really need to do this, but I've had a lot more luck. The thing doesn't curl up on me on top. If I don't do this, then I'm usually sorry a day or two later. And like I said, I haven't had hardly any problems. It really gets to be kind of routine. I hope this was some help. Be sure to write in. Let me know what your comments are.